say good morning to everybody. Thank you for listening to our morning chat and Simone's my musings this morning. And thank you everybody for your kind thoughts about my dog Ginny. And so I am Elizabeth Fracolosi, minister with the Journey Within Spiritualist Church in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. And today we have the absolute pleasure of having Simone Key with us today. She is a tutor at the Spiritualists National Union, a diploma holder in public speaking and spiritualist education, as well as a certificate holder in speaking, demonstrating, and teaching. Simone regularly teaches many aspects of mediumship and healing, providing lectures, seminars, and workshops nationally and internationally, as well as teaching teachers. The subject of trance is very close to our heart, and trance healing, trance speaking, and trance communication are intrinsic to her. We begin our services with spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is normally a laying on of hands in prayer to be used in conjunction with, never instead of, medical practice or advice. As we are meeting virtually, our healers that are present will be sending healing to all of you here and to those we are requesting prayers for. We are grateful for our volunteer healers who are present with us today and who are with us at all times throughout the week and for their dedication as healers week in and week out. If you'd like to request healing for someone, please put their first name and last initial in the chat box for privacy. If you have family, you can just put S family, T family, or just the last name family. These names will, not the last name, I do apologize, just the last initial is what I meant, along with the person you'd like healing for. And these names would be forwarded for absentee healing. You may also call the church or email us if there is anyone during the course of the week you'd like to request healing for, including your pets, the planet, or global circumstances. We will open with prayer, followed by a period of quiet meditation. If you would like to participate in the healing, please quiet yourself, focus on your breathing. As you inhale, feel yourself boosting your own immune system, igniting the inner healing within. So please join me in prayer. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from our minds and bodies and to restore us to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Amen. As we come to the end of healing, we will continue to remember and pray for those who are suffering and who are in need of healing. Amen. I would now like to invite Minister Simone to open the service with prayer, followed by song.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody, or good day, whatever your time is. Please join with me in prayer. Divine and loving Spirit, our God, we thank you for this time together in peace and in friendship. And as we move our minds away from the day, we unite in love to you, our God. We know that if we move our minds together as one, we can bask in your light and in your glory, in our search for truth, for joy, upliftment, and understanding. We know in our hearts and our minds that we do not die, that life goes on for eternity. And as we look to you, our God, today, we ask and we pray that our love can be shared, that it moves others' minds into finding their own power and their own love deep within them. We know that this is a difficult time for many, and our prayers go out to every single individual, regardless of who, where, why. but we all have our own trials and tribulations. And we know that together we can be empowered to help others to help themselves. Without your love and your guidance, our God, we know our world would be darker, if that could be possible. But those of us here look to you at this minute, this moment, this hour for help. Help to resolve man and woman's inhumanity to each other, to help us resolve that injustice of life that happens to so many. And we ask that our thoughts that are sent in love will help to uplift, enlighten, and inspire others. As we look to you, our God, today, we ask that your power reaches out to all of us that wish to help others, no matter where, no matter who. And we ask all this in your name. Amen.
I'd like to invite Minister Simone to present the address this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to start my address this morning with a reading, and it's a reading from Silver Birch, and it's the book on guidance. And for those that may not know, Silver Birch was the collective consciousness that worked with Maurice Barbanel, a previous editor of Psychic News. And the reading starts. There is no joy and no service that can match helping others. In a world so full of darkness where millions have lost their way, where there are countless numbers troubled and perplexed with sorrow in their hearts, who awake each morning in fear and apprehension of what the day brings, if you can help one soul to find some serenity and to realize that he is not neglected or lonely or forgotten, but surrounded by arms of infinite love, that is a great work. It is more important than anything else. The whole purpose of earthly life is to awaken dormant, slumbering souls to the reality of their existence. Your world is full of living sleepwalkers who go through the day's activities in a dream. They are not awake, and they are dead to all reality. If you can touch one of these souls and kindle the divine ember, so that gradually it is fanned into living flames, there is no service comparable to that. When all is said and done, there is no higher privilege than service to the Great Spirit through serving all creatures, human, animal, or whatever form they take. Fortunate are we that we can be used as ambassadors of the Great Spirit who has chosen us for these tasks. These cannot in themselves make us happy when we contemplate the misery of everything that need not be. If we can help, if we can drive out ignorance, if we can banish superstition, if we can replace cruelty with kindness and exploitation with mercy, if we can show a better way, a way of cooperation, then gradually, as it spreads, there'll be true peace amongst all creation, because peace is indivisible. The power of the Spirit is at work, and it is here to stay. This power can succeed where all others fail. There is no greater service, no greater fulfillment than to watch the power of the Spirit performing its beneficent labors and bringing relief and health, alleviation and comfort, guidance and sustenance to souls who do not know where to turn, but who have been led to you. When you offer yourselves up in service and allow your divine gifts to be utilized, the Spirit power flows through you with its wondrous healing touch to smooth away pain, to restore harmony, to free aching and locked limbs, and to make the individual aware of themselves as they really are. It is always more blessed to give than to receive. Blessed are they who have not seen, who have not heard, but who continue to labor. You have the warmth, radiance, affection, and love of enlightened beings whose only aim is to help those less fortunate than yourselves. And I enjoyed that piece when I found it because it reminds me of what we can do and how we can help provide an impact for those on other people's lives, basically. This time of the year, the new year, is always very important to me personally because I came from a different religious background. My mother was a Jew, my father was Presbyterian, and they didn't necessarily celebrate Christmas. Um, they put something on for us, my sister and I, because that was traditional for people around us at the time. But it wasn't what they wanted really. They were more into New Year, so that's why the New Year is always a large part of my understanding of the year for me, because for me it's always about looking forward, always about hope, and a hope for a better future. No, not just for me, but for all of us. And I feel that the most important thing is that the new year brings us opportunities, opportunities to discover ourselves, to discover the best in other people, making sure that whatever we do it with thought, we do it with clarity, we do it with purpose and integrity. And for me, that's what spiritual growth is all about. I don't feel that it's right to believe that one's spiritually grown when one finds the spirit world. It's what we do with that power that matters. Is how we can change ourselves. No, not always changing other people, but how we can change ourselves into finding what really matters in life. We can all get caught up in the negative side of life, and nobody knows that more than I do. But I know at the end of that tunnel there is a light, and that light for me is the power of the spirit, the power that I can reach out to, the power that I can blend with, the power that I can use to help me find myself. All mediumship is personal growth. It isn't just about how we affect other people, how we touch other people, how we enlighten other people. It's about how we do those things for ourselves, how we're able to move beyond the limitations and restrictions of our everyday life, to be able to move our minds into that power and to use that power for what it's meant, which is to help, to heal, to encourage, to support, maybe to motivate. But all those things matter. And when I look to this new year, I am hopeful. I am so hopeful that things must change. They have to change. We've all been through such a lot these last 3-4 years. And no matter who you are, even if you live under a stone, you have got to have been affected. So therefore, we owe it to ourselves to believe in something more, something bigger, something brighter that will happen to us as individuals. Not that we will find it, but that we will reveal it. That each one of us has that power of the spirit that can help others in so many ways. I'm a great believer in vocabulary because vocabulary, we know, can hurt, but it can also heal. And it's time now we started to use our vocabulary in a much more purposeful way, where we're able to say to somebody, do you know, I think you look really lovely today. Or do you know, I think what you said really touched me. Because now is the time for us all to start thinking of today, not tomorrow, but today. This is a new year, again, full of opportunities. Opportunities where we can learn from the past how to behave in the future, where we can learn from the past how to become in the future, what belies us. Where have we been and where are we going? That's all dependent on us. No, not the spirit world. I'm so sorry to disillusion you. That's our purpose. That's why we're here. Nobody in the spirit world is going to protect you from bad things. Because if you're anything like me, you've learned more from things that have gone wrong in your life than anything that's gone right. They're the greatest lessons. No, we don't want to be that protected, but we want people to enjoy life. Enjoy life from every avenue. Enjoy life from every perspective so that they can feel what life is really about and not say, oh, life is so miserable. Yeah, it can be. Of course it can be. We can all find misery if you look for it, but we can all find joy. We can all find peace. We can all find help too. And that power that was provided for us every day of our life, that power of the Spirit, that great, stupendous power that some of us call God, some of us call universal consciousness, some of us call life force. I don't care what you call it, but that power is there for us to reach out to tap into, to help us cope with life. Life has to be enjoyed and not just endured. Life is something that's creative. Every day can present new adventures, new opportunities if we so wish. But it's allowing ourselves to be free, allowing ourselves the time, the effort, and that power of our individuality to help to extend our thinking in order to make it creative. Look beyond. Look beyond what you've got now. Look to how far you can go, what else you can create. Every one of you, regardless of where you are, who you are, you're here because of the power of the Spirit that has drawn us together because we are of like minds. And therefore, when we are together, we can create something beautiful for our world. Just by being together, the power that we have can move into our world and touch beyond our thinking, beyond our limited creativity. And we have the power to change people's lives. That's our message. When we awaken to the Spirit, we are awakening to transformation. We are changing for the better because we are becoming less judgmental. We are becoming more open to each other. We are open to guidance, guidance from that greater power that can help us reveal our very true nature, which is to be good people. Yeah, we all make mistakes. I'm the first to admit that. But on the whole, we all want something better for each other. And that's what we should be focusing on. Not trite New Year resolutions. You know, yes, you might want to go on a diet and you might want to eat less. That's fine. But think of those that can't have any food at all. And maybe you should be thinking about them more than how much food you eat. But there's always somebody worse off than us. But it's up to us as individuals, yes, to look after ourselves, but to be more expansive in our thinking and to recognize that we have a light that shines brightly, regardless of how dark you feel, because it's by that light you are known by the Spirit. Your light that shines from you radiates, moves into darkness, and brings light into darkness. You have the power to change people's lives by opening their minds up, not by telling them always what they should do, but by encouraging the best in them, showing them who they really are. And that, yes, they may be moaning a lot today, but perhaps they've got a lot to moan about. And you and I should thank God that they feel they can trust us with that information. We've all got a lot to learn, but we've all got opportunities to learn. And I'm asking you to think about this year being an opportunity for you to learn something different, something new. No, not about other people, but about yourself. And recognize that you are known by your light. Your light shines so brightly. Your light is what the spirit world is looking for, because your light brings them to you. Because the more open you are to that light, the more you will recognize theirs. And when you recognize their light, that brings about a closer blending, a discovery of bringing the two worlds together, where there is no veil or barrier, but just an opening of minds on both sides. So allow that power to glow from you. Recognize the individual you are, that you are special. You are so special because you are like no one else. And I actually believe for today, but if you ask me tomorrow, you might get a different answer. But I actually believe that every single one of us, as we are part of that great power, our spirit is the world. So without you, our world could not operate. And I'd just like to leave you with that thought. I just want to remind you of how powerful you are. Thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you for those powerful and beautiful words.
Oh, thank you.
And now we come time for our collection and announcements. There is a scan box for donations for your convenience, and we appreciate all donations, great and small. You may also send in a donation or visit the church website if you are so moved. Divine loving spirit, you have blessed us with our home. We ask you to bring us the means of keeping it alive and growing. Give thanks to all gifts, great and small. Amen. And if you are also so moved, we would ask you to consider joining our community. Our scan box is right there. That'll bring you to the application to join the Journey Within. If you live in the vicinity of the church, you may drop food for the local food pantry at the door of the church. No glass, no perishable foods, please. Also, not today, because where we are in the world, we've got a lot of snow. We had a nor'easter, not so bad, but the live service was canceled. But on normal days, so always check online if you're local to see what's going on with the weather during the winter. But our Sunday morning live service is at 10 a.m. concurrent with this one, if you are able. Wednesday nights at 7:30 is our Healing and Messages service. And you can also join us tonight, 6:30 p.m. for our student service. Our online events. Tomorrow evening is the student demonstration of mediumship. And this coming week, our evening classes resume from the holiday break, so please check online. We have Wednesday, January 17th, we begin a community meditation bi-monthly, the first and third Wednesdays of the month with Eugenia Bushman. Saturday, January 13th is Raising Your Personal Vibration with Kevin Tedeschi. January 18th, our Simone Key is a trance speaking. And also that's January 18th. We also have Friday, January 19th. Simone, is it 18 or 19? Because I also have you on the 19th. Please check online. We're not going to ask Simone that question. That's up to me. I have 18 and 19, so please check online. I believe it might be the 19th would be the correct date. So please check online. Sorry about that, Simone. I already had that there. Okay. Also that evening, there's an online demonstration of mediumship with our Pastor Joe Shield, Pamela Meredith, and Lori Sheridan. Also that evening is Purposeful Attention and Attunement class with Christine Morgan. And January 27th, and Animal Communication and Medical Mindfulness with Lillian Steiner. And that will be on our site by the end of today. February 14th is Evidential Private Readings workshop with Simone Key. February 17th, Angels, Guides, and the Afterlife with Kevin Tedeschi. February 24th, 10-month intermediate advanced mentorship program with Paul Jacobs begins. And now our in-person, beginning January 28th, is the spiritual healing class. It's in-person only, and that is if you wish to be a healer for our in-person services. Okay. Paul Jacobs visits in April. He has 2 in-person workshops. So please watch our website as we continue to update for 2024. So keep looking there for the most up-to-date information. I would also like to thank all our volunteers at this time. Through our volunteers, the army of volunteers, the journey and our community continue to thrive. Thank you, everyone who gives of their time. We now shift gears. We come time for our demonstration of mediumship. As a spiritualist church, we believe life is continuous, and through our demonstration of mediumship, we seek to reunite those here with those who have crossed over. If you can take 90 to 100% of the evidence, we would like you to please raise your hand. And if you'd like to test it at this time, it's under reactions or it might be under more. Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, you can test it. And also very important, please lower your hands after you've tested it, because if you can take the initial pieces of evidence, but then not the subsequent pieces of evidence, we would ask you to lower your hand so we can get to the recipient quickly. If several people can take the information, it is up to our medium. It will be up to Simone Key today to discern the right recipient. So please listen and follow what she has to say. If you are invited to speak, please then unmute yourself and come in with voice. If you can't unmute for any reason, let that not happen. We don't want any technical difficulties. We're not putting that intention out there. Please type in the chat box. So if you've been invited to speak and you can't, type in the chat box, and we've worked it that way. So, but we're not going to let that happen today. Okay. Putting that intention out there. Okay. So thank you for all of that. We will now have song and message prayer in preparation for the demonstration. At this time, please think of your loved ones and ask them to come close. Please join me in the message prayer. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Now I'd like to invite Minister Simone to offer the demonstration of mediumship.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm just aware of a lady who's joined us from the spirit world, and I really, really like her. I know she's mum, and I do feel she wants to speak to her daughter. And the first thing she showed me was her ring. It was like an engagement ring with 3 diamonds in it. And there seems to be some kind of talk about it, or an issue to do with the ring or jewelry, something like that at the moment. But I know that this is a woman who I would have liked, I still do, because she's quite bold, outspoken, and somebody who was very, very blunt, very direct. She just, I know that she would have told her daughter that she wanted to go because she'd really had enough of this world. Okay. And we've got Karen there.
We've got Karen, yes.
Yeah. Okay. If I could talk to Karen, please.
Whoops, I'm trying to get, oh, we also have Janice. We have 2.
Okay. Do they both understand all of the information, including the ring?
Okay, let's, and now we've got 3. Would you like, I'll bring them all in for you?
Right. Okay.
Good morning.
Hello. Can I just ask you, do you all understand about the ring with 3 diamonds in it?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Janice does.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there were so many rings with 3 diamonds in them. Okay. This is a lady who was an intelligent lady, very, very bright. Had a very good speaking voice as well.
Yes,
Right. So we've got to 2 now. Um,
Certainly.
and
Yes.
um, and the lady that said certainly, can I just have your voice again, please?
Um, my name, yes, Karen, that's me.
You're
and
Karen.
I'm Janice.
Yes, I am.
Okay, just a second. Because the feeling I get from this mum is that I know that she was had mobility issues at the end of her life. I'm not saying she was in a wheelchair, but she really, really struggled to walk. Okay.
Correct.
Oh,
That's
how
correct.
lovely of
Yes.
you. Okay. And I know too that she'd been in hospital for a couple of days before she passed.
Yes.
She was not in a hospital. She was in her place in palliative care where she was staying in a
Oh,
facility.
okay. Just a second. Let me just ask her who she's with now.
She was in hospice care at home.
Right. No, I'm really sorry. Whoever said that, I know that's not right, but thank you so much for trying to help me. I'm really grateful. Thank you. I just know with this mum, she's got a very strong voice. Even at the end of her life, her voice was still strong.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's correct.
Okay. Janice, was that you just talking?
Yes.
Right. That feels right. Can I work with you, Janice, just for a minute? And the other 2 of you, if you just don't mind, just holding on a minute, okay? But I just feel I'm having to go with the voice because you're all saying you can accept it. Okay. If this is right, you would know that your mum suffered very badly with her feet.
Yes, she did.
Right. Okay. Then I do feel I am with you because that was half the reason why she couldn't walk properly because she suffered so badly with her feet. Can I be as bold as to say I do feel that your mother was diabetic?
They never gave a formal diagnosis, but we suspected that.
That's fine. Then I know I'm with you. But thank you to the other 2. That's so kind of you. But I feel I am with Janice. Thank you. And the feeling I get from your mum is that you and she had a really, really close connection.
Yes, we did.
You know,
Very.
there was such a lot of love between the 2 of you, and that you always, and there's a way where you would hold your mum's wrist. Would you understand that? I can see you not just holding her hand, but holding her wrist.
Oh yeah, I did all the
Okay.
time.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's not something that I've been aware of before with anybody else. So, but she just showed that to me to show you that that touch that you had with her meant everything to her, because she talks about that you had a very I'm just trying to word it right. You had you shared a great sense of humor, is what she's telling you. You
Yeah.
always laughed at the same things, and you got each other, if you understand that, you know. And she loved that. She loved the fact that she'd only got to say a couple of words to you and it spoke volumes. You know, she didn't have to go through the whole rigmarole, as she calls it. I know too with your mum that she suffered really badly with the cold. There's something about her having to have layers on her.
Yes.
You
We're
understand
all
that?
cold.
That's
Mhm.
fine. That's fine. I don't mean today. I'm talking about in her time, not now.
Yeah.
But this is what she's saying, and she talks to me about I'm just going to say this to you because this is your mum. She just doesn't want to talk about being ill. Okay, she's not interested. She wants to talk about life, and she just makes me laugh because you couldn't be serious with your mum for very long,
Correct.
you know. And she talks about how over the Christmas time you and 3 other members of your family talked about her for quite a considerable time,
Oh yeah, we did.
you know. And she
Yep.
talks about how you've got a particular bauble or decoration that that reminds you of your mother at Christmas.
Yes.
Okay, because she showed me this bauble. Okay. and she wanted you to know that, and she really wants to show you how close she is to you. And she says to you that she's been touching your face today, and that you would have felt that on, I'm just going to try and work out my left from my right, on your left side of your face, you would have felt. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, you were right, because I felt it and I was like, please come through today. And she
Oh,
did.
right, okay. Because she said that she was so close to you today, you know, and wanted to show you that she will always be there for you. But your mum just has this wicked sense of humor. I can't really get past it, because she just laughs at everything, and especially the ridiculous side of life, you know. And
Mhm.
she talks about, she could be, as I said before, but she could be very direct with people, but she could also be incredibly loving. There's
Correct.
there's two sides to your mum. She doesn't take any nonsense. I was going to use another expression, but I can't. And and she says to you, I just want you to know that I'm there with you. And you must have heard a glass bowl, what I call, if I get my glass and do that, you must have heard that today.
Not today, but yesterday.
Oh, then I beg your pardon, I got my timing wrong. Because
That's okay.
she says to you that she was there with you, and wanted to confirm that that was her. Okay.
Okay.
She wants to talk about you now, and she says, I don't want to talk about illness. I don't want to talk about the end of my life. We know what went on, and you know I'm in a good place. That's what she says. But she's saying to you that she wants to show you how much she's there with you now. She wants to show you how she treasures your love and your support, because you're even buying things, you know, recently. I'm talking about, you bought some flowers recently, and I'm seeing pink flowers that you knew your mother would like.
I didn't buy them. I've been making them actually
Oh, then I'm
yesterday.
sorry. Okay.
No, but that's fine. Well, you have to buy the supplies to make them, don't I? So I get it.
Okay, as long as they're pink, I don't care. You know?
They are pink. I could take a picture and send it to you.
It's all right, but thank you. But I know that you did that with your mum in mind, because you knew your mum would like them. That was the point, you know. And she's saying to you that she is praying for you. No, not because of illness or anything nasty, but she just wants you to have a good life. All she wants is for you to have a good life. And she's saying to you that this is the time now to start making changes. Please do what you want to do. But she's just giving you her opinion, as she always did. Okay. And she's talking about you taking more responsibility for your life and its direction, putting your foot down a bit more than you do to get what you want out of life.
Yeah, she's right. 2023 taught me a lot.
Okay. And she's saying to you, I'm going to be there with you, and I'm going to remind you of this conversation. And when those same people do the same things to you, I'm going to say to you, come on, snap out of it. Don't allow them to do this to you. Okay. You're worth so much more, is what she's saying to you.
Well,
Do you have a balcony? I think that's what you call it.
yeah, I do. I have a
Yeah.
big deck that has a foot of snow on it right now.
Oh no, okay. No, I'm not talking about today, but she is talking about the idea of you having some plant pots on it and some making a little garden there.
Yeah, I've been starting that. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, that's great. She's just supporting that because she wants everything good for you, you know. And she's saying to you that she's been giving you healing as well. And she shows me your back, and she showed me your lower back. I'm not actually seeing you. I'm just seeing where she's showing me. And she's been trying to give you healing there as well, because she says when you get up in the morning, you're a bit stiff. Okay, that's all. No big deal. Don't worry about it. But
Okay.
this is all she wants. But she really just wants you to start thinking more about yourself, applying, applying yourself to new things and getting out more.
That I have to work on getting out more, but
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with the rest.
So just please take your mum's love. She's a fabulous lady. I like her a lot. I think I'd get on well with your mum. And she comes across as somebody who's always able to see the funny side of life, you know, but she also sees the serious side too. So please take her love, and thank you so much for working with me.
No, thank you. You made a snowy morning much more enjoyable. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's great. Okay. Okay, let's see who else we have now. Okay, let's see. Right. I'm now aware of a man who's joined us, and I know he's a grandfather on mother's side of the family. And this is a man who he's a joker. It must be the morning for jokes because he keeps he tells really bad jokes. They're really bad. They're like what I call Christmas cracker jokes, if anybody understands that. You know, they're really awful one-liners. But he thought he was funny. He looks to me as an elderly man who had a problem with his stomach at the end of his life, but he's a grandfather on mother's side of the family. I know too that he had a kind of slight husky voice as well. That's what I'm hearing with him. And I know he was a man who would be well dressed. He doesn't wear work clothes as such, you know, he's really well dressed. And his appearance is everything to him. He's what I call very clean, you know, his hair's always cut and he's you know, he's always clean shaven. Does anybody understand this? He's a man who's got this, he just loves people. He's very, very sociable. Although, you know, he's not outwardly funny, but he's just a nice person to be around. Sheila, okay. Do you understand all of that? I know it's a bit of a mixture, but
Yes, I do. And
okay.
the
And you would understand with your grandfather that he could be the life and soul of a party.
very much so.
Oh, that's fine. Then I know I've got the right person, because I know with him, all he wants is to get across to you that he's trying to bring you some of that humor to lift you up a little bit. Now, I'm not saying you're in a miserable place or anything like that, but sometimes life can be a bit hard, and he just wants to bring some joy to you.
Sweet.
You would understand that. Good.
I do.
Because I know that inside this is a gentleman. He might be the life and soul, but there is a deep man within this. You know, he's like two different personalities. One side of him could be very quiet and very supportive, and another one could be very outgoing.
True. Very much so.
Okay. And he could be, and also he's very different to people outside the family to those inside the family.
Yep. Yep. Definitely.
And I just feel that he's just such a lovely guy. I have to say that. A really lovely man. I just feel that he has a very special bond with you. And he talks to me about looking out for you. You may not have been aware of it, but he was always looking out for you, asking questions about you. Were you okay? What were you doing now? Things like that.
I believe that.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, that's what he's telling you anyway. And I just feel that he wants to get across to you how special you are to him, because not wishing to make you emotional, but he's saying you need to hear those words, okay? That you're special to him.
I do. Thank you.
Okay. And he's saying that you've been feeling him touch you on the back of your head. You may not know it was him, but it was him.
Hey, it's funny because I was just literally right now fiddling with like the back of my head.
Yeah, well, that was him pointing you there, okay? And he's just saying to you that he wants you to know how close he is to you. He talks about your life, and he's saying to you that no, not just because it's a new year, he'd say this to you at any time, but he's saying to you, now is the time for you to start writing. He loves you writing. And he's saying to you, I want you to know how much you, if you like, you know, you blend with the spirit and allow that power to work through you onto paper.
I just started for the new year doing
Oh,
that.
excellent. Okay. And he's saying that this is something that will bring you closer to the spirit and will help you because it will give you answers to some, maybe an issue or a problem that you have, or I don't necessarily mean an everyday problem, but maybe if there's something to do with philosophy or
Yep.
self-aggression or something like that that you want looking for, this is the way he feels he'll be able to work through you as well as others, not just him. But
Wow.
he's just saying to you that this is a time now for you to start thinking more about yourself. And I know that comes hard because he told me it did, but he said this is a time now where he wants you to start thinking about your own fulfillment and not always trying to help fulfill other people.
So on point.
Okay. And he's just saying to you, this is your time now. Make the most of it. Now, that doesn't mean you've not got long. Please don't misunderstand me.
No, no, I
know,
understand. Yeah, yeah.
But
No,
he said to you, now is your time. Make the most of it. He's actually talking about travel.
oh,
And he's talking about Italy. And he's talking to me about Florence.
okay.
Okay.
I don't have plans, but that's been sort of something that's been on my mind.
Okay. Well, he's talking about Italy and Florence. I've never been to Florence. I've been to Italy, but and lots of places, but not Florence. But he's talking about Florence because it has a religious, a divine feel about it. You know,
Okay,
that's what
I
he's
get it.
saying.
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
get it
Okay.
now.
Yeah. Because he talks about, you know, the churches and the power of the spirit, not the religion as such, but the power of the spirit in it, you know. And this is something that he wants. And he's also talking to you about looking at churches, at temples and sacred spaces.
Absolutely.
Okay. And just to feel the power in those places and also receive the healing in that power as well. That's what he's asking. And he's talking too about you not, he says to you the words, try not to overthink. Follow your heart, not your head.
Very on point.
Okay. And he's also talking to you about writing poetry. Don't know if you've ever thought about it. It's not something I do, but I did hear that very clearly. And he's just saying to you that this is a time now for you to start exploring your own creativity and looking into writing in many different ways. And he says the first and where to start, he says, is by writing how you feel about your own spirit.
Wow. Okay. On
Okay.
point.
Okay. And he just wants to get across to you how precious you are to him. And you really do need to hear that, because he says to you, you always have considered yourself a little bit at the bottom of the pile, you know, everybody else's needs come first. And that's because you wanted them to, not because you felt that they were being dealt with like that. But he said, but now is your time to explore. Now is your time to heighten your sensitivity and your awareness and find that creative power within you that isn't just writing, is so much more than that. But he talks about creativity in a spiritual and intellectual way.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay. So I just know that with him, he would never have talked to you about this ever. It wasn't one of his subjects. But I know that he really wants to show you how much he is behind you and how proud of you he is. I know that's an easy word to say, but I'm hearing it. And he says, because you always put other people first, and you always have done, but now is the time to start thinking of yourself as well.
Beautiful. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're very welcome.
Very.
Nice to work with you. And please take his love. Thank you very much indeed. Okay.
Thank you.
See who else we have here. Okay. I'm aware of a lady who's joined us, and she's a young woman. Well, she's young to me. She only looks to me in her 40s, early 40s. And I know she was married with a family. And I know that she had breast cancer, which there were 2 remissions. And then she had a cancer that just overtook her. But I know with her that she's a friend. I don't feel she's family to anybody. And I feel that this is she wants to talk to a female friend, a very close female friend.
You have Sharon.
Okay. Hi, Sharon. Can I just have your voice for a second?
Yes, hi.
Oh, hi. Thank you. And you understand all of that. I just feel that you and she would have been, if I'm with the right person, you would have been really close friends.
She was my secretary for a number of years.
That's fine, because I'm not telling you this because I don't need to, but I know that it was to do with work. Okay.
Yes.
It really was to do with work. And I'm not just saying that just because I'm trying to, gain that, but that was the first feeling I got, to be honest. But I just know that you were very instrumental in helping her in work hours, because she talks about how you were always there supporting her.
Yes, but I feel the same. I feel the same about her. She's very
Yes,
supportive.
okay, but this is what she's saying to you. Okay, so
I'm sorry to interrupt. We do have 2 other hands up.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see.
No, that's okay. Would you
Okay.
like to speak to them?
Okay, but I do feel there is a connection with work. I know that this woman is in her early 40s, and I know that she's married with a couple of children. And you all can take that.
Yes, I can.
I know, Sharon, I know you can.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the other 2. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get something else. Whoever I'm talking to, you would have talked about her illness and would have been very, just the listener, just listen and support.
Yes.
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 Oh, right, great. Okay, let's see. Right, let's see what she wants to say. Come on, she's gonna have to come up with something that separates everybody out. Okay. I don't know why. She's just telling one of you something to do with her shoes. There's some memory to do with shoes.
I could go shoes with her and I can go shoes with me.
Right. And but what about the other 2?
Yes, there is something.
Oh, grief. Okay.
And we do have another person has put up their hand.
Okay.
Okay, let me get.
Okay, just a second. Let me just see. All right, I'm going to just ask her to give me one more piece of information because I can't, I can't make this fit. Right. Okay, come on. Okay, there was something to do with chemotherapy, where she had refused it and then had to take it up later.
Yes.
No, I can't have 5 people with that. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so I've got 2. I'm going to say, I just feel, I think we're down to 2 now, Marta and Sharon. Okay, so both of you can take all that I've just said regarding shoes, regarding the chemotherapy, regarding the cancer, 2 remissions.
Yes.
I cannot. I didn't have a discussion about chemo. This is
Okay, well,
Sharon.
thank you. Thank you so much, Martha. But I know that I'm with Sharon, and I did feel I was right from the beginning. Okay, but
March is the one that could take it all.
oh, then I'm sorry. Then I am with Martha. I am so sorry.
That's
Okay, it's because you both got hands up. I'm really sorry about that. Okay. I'm sorry, Marta. I'll just get to the
No worries.
okay. But I just feel that there was the point of this connection that she has with you today is to thank you, because she's telling me she's not been able to thank you for your support. Okay. All right. She wanted to thank you because you let her be herself. That when she was talking to you, she could tell you as it really is and not have to filter what she wanted to say, because of the emotional side with family and other people.
Correct.
Okay. And she really wants to get across to you how you really helped her. You helped her more than you'll ever know, because you allowed her to be sad. You allowed her to cry. You didn't say, oh, don't cry, don't cry. You know, you just you made sure that she was comforted, but that she was free to express. And she says to you the words, I will never, ever forget your kindness.
I
She said,
appreciate that. I just loved her dearly, and she was a warrior, and she really changed people's lives. I
yeah,
wanted
but
to
she
learn
says that
more.
you changed hers, but you also changed hers. So, and
Oh,
she's
that's
trying to
wonderful.
get you, but she is trying to get across to you how precious and important you are to her, and will always be, because she says that, you know, other people were almost treading on eggshells around her, but not you. You know, you treated her as an equal, you treated her well, and you helped her. You helped to get through some of the worst moments in her life, because of the fear. Would you understand that?
Um, I was praying for a miracle, so I believed in whatever God had for her.
Yes, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that she was very scared and you helped her.
Oh, that's nice to know.
That's what she's saying to you.
That's nice.
And she's trying to help you see that she's still with you. She's still part of you, because you shared such a lot together, and you'd been friends for a long time, is what she's telling me. And she's saying that you really helped her to find her destiny. You always try to help her understand there was more for her. Would you understand that?
Well, I'm a spirit. I belong. I'm a part of all of you, and I guess.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
Okay.
saying, would you accept that you talk to her about life after death?
Correct.
That's
Correct.
what I'm saying.
Correct.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just want to show
That
her. Great.
she wanted to thank you because you gave her, no, it wasn't just words to hang on to, but you gave her a faith and trust that she was going to be looked after when she left this physical world.
Yes.
And she wants to get across to you how important that was, because it gave us some hope. It wasn't the end of her, it was the beginning of her in another direction. And she wants to get across to you how important you are in her life now, and how she's trying to help you to help others right now, because you have made it your mission to help other people, to help them find their light, to help them find the truth.
I have.
Yeah. Yeah, she tells me that. I know.
I
So
have.
she just wanted to reassure you that you haven't lost her, you know that, but she's there with you every step of the way, and especially at the moment, because there are two people in particular who you are trying to help right now with the power of the spirit.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you help me on which ones they are? I try to help everybody.
No. These are two who are very close to you,
Okay.
that
Okay.
you're trying to help. And they both got their own problems, their own issues, but you're trying to help them just to find the power within themselves, to find the strength to go on and keep going, you know. And
Okay.
but she's helping you with them and others, of course. But she's trying to show you how close she is to you, how much she cares about you, and also how hard she wants to say, how much she wants to say, because you put a lot of your life to one side for her. This is how she tells you. And she's saying to you, I will never forget your kindness. Never.
I got in trouble for her.
Well, she just loves you to bits.
I love her to bits.
Yeah. So just please just take her love, and just know that she's doing everything in her power to help you, to help other people.
Thank you. Thank you so
And
much.
okay. And thank you so much for working with
Thrilled
me.
she's watching over. I'm just
Yeah.
thrilled.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Thank you very
so
much. Thank you all.
Give her a big hug. Well, I'll give her a big hug right now.
Okay.
I squeeze though. I'm not letting go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all who participated. And thank you so much, Minister Simone, for power and the beauty and the love in the connection and the communication of spirit this morning. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as we come to the end of the service, again, I'd like to thank everyone who worked to make this service possible. And we will close with prayer and music. I'd like to invite Minister Simone to say the closing prayer.
Okay, so please join with me in prayer. Divine Spirit, our God, as we come to the end of our service, we give thanks to you for providing us with this opportunity where we can be together as one, where we can focus on our own spirituality, as well as inviting those from the world we call the spirit world to come close, to give us the benefit of their love, their light, and their understanding. As we go our separate ways, I pray to you, our God, for help, support, for peace, for all those people in need, no matter where, no matter who, that we find a new, lighter, brighter future, that we can look to you, our God, to help us to influence our world with spirit, that we can help to open doors to the mind, incurring awakenings and transformations when people of our world realize that our world is more than materialism. And as we look to you, our God, we pray at this time for peace, peace that's so needed in our world, and that we allow our thoughts to uplift, enlighten, and to help those who are in darkness. Amen.
Thank you, everyone, for all your beautiful words and wishes. Thank you, Simone. Happy New Year to everyone and to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.